What if the real secret to strong bones was never inside a supplement bottle, but inside a monastery kitchen? Right now, 54 million Americans are living with low bone density. Osteoporosis fractures happen every 3 seconds worldwide, and the standard advice is always the same: take calcium pills. But doctors now admit most people absorb less than 30% of supplement calcium. The rest passes right through. Meanwhile, in the mountain temples of Japan, Zen monks have been eating 3 specific foods for over 1,000 years. Not for their bones, for discipline, for clarity, for spiritual practice, but the result was the same. Generation after generation with dense, resilient bones well into old age. No supplements, no medication. Researchers at the University of Tokyo are now confirming what those temple kitchens knew all along. These foods contain compounds modern medicine is only beginning to understand. Today, you will learn all 3. Number 2 contains a mineral most Americans have never heard of. And number 1 is so effective for bone density that the Japanese government promotes it as a national health food. Let's begin. Number 3, sesame seeds, the smallest food in a Zen monastery, and the one no monk ever went without. In every Zen Buddhist temple across Japan, there's a condiment that sits on the table at every single meal. It is called gomashio, ground sesame seeds mixed with sea salt. Nothing else. No preservatives. No added flavors. Just sesame and salt, roasted together in a clay pot, the same way it has been done since the Kamakura period in the 13th century. Zen monks did not eat gomashio because they liked the taste. The monastic diet, known as Shojin Ryori, was built around one principle: every food must serve a purpose, and sesame seeds served more purposes than almost anything else in the kitchen. The monks who followed Shojin Ryori ate no meat, no fish, no dairy. Their entire calcium intake came from plants, and sesame seeds were their primary source. 1 tablespoon of unhulled sesame seeds contains nearly 90 milligrams of calcium. That is roughly the same as 1/3 of a glass of milk. But monks were eating gomashio at every meal, 3 times a day, every single day, for their entire lives. The monastery schedule demanded it. Monks woke before dawn, often at 3 or 4 in the morning. They sat in zazen meditation for hours in freezing cold halls. They worked in the gardens. They carried water and firewood up mountain paths. Their bodies needed strong, dense bones to endure this routine, decade after decade. Sesame seeds gave them exactly that. Now, modern science has confirmed what those monastery kitchens practiced without question. A study published in the journal Nutrition Research found that daily sesame seed consumption was directly linked to improved markers of bone metabolism. The researchers measured osteocalcin, a protein essential for new bone formation, and found that participants who consumed sesame seeds daily showed significantly higher levels compared to those who did not. But calcium is only part of the story. Sesame seeds contain a compound called sesamin. Researchers at Kyoto Prefectural University of Medicine discovered that sesamin activates specific cellular pathways that reduce bone resorption. In plain terms, it slows down the process that causes your bones to break down as you age. This is something calcium supplements alone cannot do. Calcium adds material to bone. Sesamin protects the bone you already have. Working together, they do what neither can do alone. Sesame seeds also deliver magnesium, phosphorus, and zinc. These 3 minerals work together with calcium to build and maintain bone tissue. Most Americans get calcium from supplements, but almost none of these supporting minerals. Without them, calcium has nowhere to go. It cannot be properly deposited into bone. It floats through the bloodstream and leaves the body unused. This is one reason why calcium supplements alone have shown disappointing results in major clinical trials. The mineral needs partners. Sesame seeds provide all of them in a single food. Beyond the mineral profile, Sesame seeds are a concentrated source of copper, which supports connective tissue and collagen production. Collagen is the framework your bones are built on. Without enough collagen, bones become brittle regardless of how much calcium they contain. Sesame seeds address this from both sides. They supply the calcium and they strengthen the structure that holds it in place. There is also an anti-inflammatory benefit that connects directly to bone health. Sesame seeds contain lignans, plant compounds shown to reduce oxidative stress throughout the body. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that consuming sesame oil daily for 45 days led to measurable reductions in systolic blood pressure and markers of inflammation. This matters for your bones because chronic inflammation is one of the primary drivers of accelerated bone loss in aging adults. Here's how to use them. Buy unhulled black sesame seeds. Dry roast them in a pan over low heat for 3 to 4 minutes until they begin to pop. Grind them lightly with a pinch of sea salt using a mortar and pestle. This is gomashio, the exact preparation used in temple kitchens. Sprinkle it over rice, vegetables, or soup. 2 tablespoons per day is the amount used in most Zen monasteries. You can also add raw sesame seeds to smoothies or oatmeal, but roasting them first improves both the flavor and the bioavailability of the minerals inside. The monks who created gomashio were not thinking about calcium absorption rates or osteocalcin levels. They were building a meal that could sustain a life of discipline, silence, and physical endurance. The fact that it also built some of the strongest bones in the ancient world was simply what happened when every ingredient on the plate had a reason to be there. Number 2, seaweed, the mineral the ocean gave to monks that the modern world forgot. Along the rocky coastlines of northern Japan, Buddhist monks have been harvesting seaweed for more than 1,000 years. It was not a side dish, it was a foundation. In the Shojin Ryori tradition, seaweed appeared in nearly every meal. Kombu, a thick kelp, was simmered into dashi, the base broth of temple cooking. Wakame, a softer variety, was added to miso soup every morning without exception. Hijiki, a dark and dense seaweed, was braised with root vegetables and served as a main dish during long meditation retreats. The monks at Eiheiji Temple, one of the 2 head temples of the Soto Zen school, followed a strict dietary code written by the founder Dogen Zenji in the 13th century. That code placed seaweed alongside rice and vegetables as one of the essential daily foods. There was no debate about it, no variation. Seaweed was eaten every single day. The reason was partly practical. Monks in mountain temples had limited access to fresh food during winter months. Dried seaweed could be stored for long periods and rehydrated in minutes. But the monks also believed it purified the body and cleared the mind before meditation. In Okinawa, more than 500 miles to the south, centenarians followed the same pattern. Okinawan elders consumed seaweed at rates far higher than the rest of Japan. Some research estimates that traditional Okinawans ate seaweed in some form at nearly every meal. And Okinawa, for decades, had the highest concentration of people over 100 years old anywhere on Earth. Their bones were notably strong. Hip fracture rates in traditional Okinawan populations were significantly lower than those in the United States. Modern science now understands why. Seaweed is one of the most mineral-dense foods on the planet. A single serving of dried wakame provides calcium, magnesium, manganese, and iron. But the mineral that matters most for your bones is one most Americans have never even considered: vitamin K, specifically vitamin K1. Wakame and kombu are both rich in vitamin K1, which plays a direct role in calcium metabolism. Without enough vitamin K, your body cannot produce osteocalcin, the same bone-building protein that sesame seeds help activate. Calcium enters the body but has no instructions on where to go. Vitamin K provides those instructions. It tells calcium to go into bone tissue instead of accumulating in your arteries. A landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed more than 70,000 women over 10 years. Those with the highest vitamin K intake had a 30% lower risk of hip fractures compared to those with the lowest intake. Seaweed also contains a unique compound called fucoidan, found almost exclusively in brown seaweeds like kombu and wakame. Researchers at Pukyong National University in South Korea found that fucoidan stimulates osteoblast activity. Osteoblasts are the cells responsible for building new bone. At the same time, fucoidan was shown to inhibit osteoclast formation. Osteoclasts are the cells that break bone down. This dual action, building new bone while protecting existing bone, is exactly what pharmaceutical companies spend billions trying to replicate in osteoporosis drugs, and it occurs naturally in the seaweed that Zen monks were eating every morning before dawn. The health benefits extend further. The iodine in seaweed supports thyroid function, and your thyroid directly regulates bone metabolism. When your thyroid is underperforming, bone turnover slows and density drops. The alginate in seaweed binds to heavy metals and toxins in the digestive tract, helping to remove them before they can cause inflammatory damage. Chronic inflammation, as with sesame seeds, is a direct threat to bone integrity. Seaweed also provides a form of soluble fiber that feeds beneficial gut bacteria. Emerging research from Osaka University has connected gut microbiome health to bone density, suggesting that the bacteria in your gut influence how efficiently your body absorbs and uses calcium. Every bowl of miso soup with wakame that a Zen monk ate was, without knowing it, optimizing calcium absorption at the microbial level. Here is how to use it. Start with dried wakame. Take a small handful and soak it in water for 5 minutes. It will expand to several times its original size. Add it directly to miso soup, salads, or grain bowls. For kombu, place a 4-inch strip in a pot of water and bring it to a gentle simmer for 20 minutes. This creates dashi, the same broth used in temple kitchens. Use it as a base for soups, stews, or cooking rice. Aim to eat seaweed in some form at least once per day. Even a small amount delivers minerals that most Western diets lack entirely. Zen monks did not think of seaweed as a supplement. They thought of it as the ocean's gift to the mountains, a food that carried minerals from the deepest water to the highest temple. What they could not have known was that those minerals were doing something no other food in their kitchen could do. They were telling calcium exactly where to go. Number 1. Natto, the food most people refuse to eat, and the one your bones need more than anything else. Natto is fermented soybeans. It has a strong smell, a sticky texture, and long, stringy threads that stretch when you pull it apart. Most Westerners try it once and never touch it again. But in Japan, natto has been eaten for over 1,000 years, and it is, without exaggeration, the single most powerful food for bone density ever studied. The history of natto begins in the northeastern regions of Japan, where Buddhist monks in the Heian period, around the 10th and 11th centuries, discovered that soybeans left in rice straw would ferment naturally. The bacteria in the straw, Bacillus subtilis, transformed the soybeans into something entirely different. The monks noticed that this fermented food was easier to digest, lasted longer without spoiling, and gave them sustained energy during long periods of fasting and meditation. Natto became a staple in Buddhist temples across the Tohoku region. Monks ate it with rice every morning before dawn, often as their only protein source. In Mito, a city in Ibaraki Prefecture, natto production became so central to daily life that the city still identifies itself as the natto capital of Japan. For centuries, this was a food associated with monks, farmers, and people who worked physically demanding lives. It was not a delicacy. It was survival food, and the people who ate it consistently had something in common. They aged slowly, their bones held up, they stayed active far longer than their peers in other regions. The reason is vitamin K2, specifically a form called menaquinone 7, or MK7. Natto contains more of it than any other food on Earth, and this is not a small difference. 100 grams of natto contains over 1,000 micrograms of MK7. The next closest food, certain aged cheeses, contains roughly 70 micrograms per 100 grams. Nothing else comes close. Vitamin K2 does something that no other vitamin can do. It activates a protein called matrix GLA protein, which prevents calcium from depositing in your arteries and soft tissues. At the same time, it activates osteocalcin, which directs calcium into your bones and teeth. Without enough K2, calcium goes to the wrong places. It builds up in your blood vessels, contributing to heart disease, while your bones slowly lose density. This is called the calcium paradox, and it is one of the most important discoveries in modern nutrition science. A major study published in the journal Osteoporosis International followed nearly 5,000 men and women over 10 years. Those with the highest vitamin K2 intake had significantly lower rates of bone fractures and higher bone mineral density scores across the spine and hip. The researchers concluded that K2 intake was an independent predictor of bone health, separate from calcium, vitamin D, or exercise. Researchers at the University of Maastricht in the Netherlands confirmed these findings in a controlled trial. Postmenopausal women who took MK7 supplements for 3 years showed significantly less bone loss in the lumbar spine and femoral neck compared to the placebo group. The source they recommended for natural MK7 intake was natto. The Japanese government took notice. Natto is now actively promoted as a bone health food through public health campaigns in Japan. Regional studies have shown that prefectures with higher natto consumption consistently report lower rates of hip fractures among elderly populations. In Tokyo and eastern Japan, where natto is eaten regularly, hip fracture rates are measurably lower than in Osaka and western Japan, where natto consumption is less common. The pattern is consistent and it follows the food. Beyond vitamin K2, natto contains nattokinase, an enzyme that supports healthy blood circulation by helping to break down fibrin, a protein involved in blood clotting. Healthy circulation ensures that nutrients, including calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D, reach your bones efficiently. Natto is also a complete protein containing all essential amino acids, which are the building blocks your body uses to produce collagen, the structural protein that forms the scaffold of bone tissue. The fermentation process also makes the isoflavones in soybeans more bioavailable. These isoflavones, particularly genistein and daidzein, have been shown to support bone formation and reduce bone loss, especially in postmenopausal women. A review published in the journal Nutrients analyzed over 20 clinical trials and concluded that soy isoflavones, particularly from fermented sources like natto, had a measurable protective effect on bone mineral density. The probiotics created during natto fermentation also benefit the gut microbiome, which connects to the same calcium absorption research from Osaka University. A healthy gut absorbs more calcium. Natto feeds the gut and provides the K2 that tells the body what to do with the calcium once it arrives. No other single food performs both functions at this level. Here is how to eat it. Buy natto in the refrigerated section of any Japanese or Asian grocery store. It comes in small styrofoam packs, typically in sets of 3. Open one pack, stir it vigorously with chopsticks or a fork for about 30 seconds until the sticky threads develop fully. Add the included mustard and soy sauce packets. Eat it over a bowl of warm white rice. 1 pack per day, roughly 50 grams, is the standard amount eaten in Japanese households. If the smell or texture is difficult at first, start by mixing a small amount into fried rice or stirring it into a warm soup. The taste grows on you over time, and the K2 content is so high that even a small amount makes a significant nutritional impact. The monks who first ate natto in the cold mountain temples of Tohoku were not thinking about vitamin K2 or osteocalcin or the calcium paradox. They were hungry. They needed food that would last through winter, fuel their bodies for meditation, and cost nothing to produce. What they found, by accident, was the most effective bone-building food that science has ever measured. Sometimes the most powerful medicine is not the one you design. It is the one you stumble into when you have nothing else.